Hello and welcome to Hedgewitch Hearthcraft. I'm Caitlin Rhiannon. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the week ahead. I'm going to be using tarot cards and oracle cards to get an idea of the energy for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2021, and how we can best navigate throughout or within those energies. So I'm going to be pulling 2 cards for every sign of the Western Zodiac. The first card will be from the Golden Universal Tarot, and this will give us an idea of what's coming over the coming week. And the second card will be from Madame Endora's Fortune cards, and this will give us some advice on how to deal with or navigate throughout the energy of the week. At the very end, I will also be pulling a universal manifestation card to give us all an idea of what to carry within ourselves for the coming week. So if you choose to jump ahead to the cards that are pulled for your sign, make sure you are also skipping to the very end of the video to get some of that goodness in your life right now. Anyway, since it is Capricorn season, let's go ahead and get started with our lovely Capricorns. Capricorn, your tarot card for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2021 is the Four of Pentacles. So this is a very grounding energy, and especially in a more material or financial sense. So where money and work and projects are concerned, you're feeling a bit more rooted, a bit more grounded, just a little bit more stable and able to focus on the growth and the development itself. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Spirit reversed. So this brings a little bit of frustration or frustrating energy because there is, even though it's not a predictive card, it brings a sense of being watched, feeling like someone is constantly looking over your shoulder. So there is, as the advice card, there's a feeling of try not to worry so much about the people that are paying attention to you. Just keep focusing on the work that you're doing. Most likely, even though this energy is hovering over your shoulder, kind of maybe even getting in the way a little bit, there is appreciation that will come from this other energy for the work that you are doing and for the developments that you're making. Aquarius, your tarot card for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2021, is the Page of Swords. So there is a little bit more mental clarity for you this week and a lot more desire to think, to use your mind, to use your intellect and your powers of thought. So there is a really analytical energy over this next week for you, Aquarius. You're paying more attention and you really want to fill your brain full of knowledge. Just there is this searching for deeper knowledge and understanding. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is Love Reversed. So you're being asked essentially not to worry too much about what is or isn't working. If it isn't working, then try to focus on something else. And if it is working, then you don't need to worry about it. So with all of this mental activity, there is a real risk of worry and anxiety and mental overactivity. So this asks you to pay attention to the good and just take the blessings as blessings. Don't look the gift horse in the mouth. Don't necessarily, second guess it. Maybe there is just good in your life. Pisces, so this one counts for me too. Pisces, your tarot card for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2020, is the Chariot. So there is a lot of opportunity for forward motion, for positive movement, for accomplishing your goals with minimal or no speed bumps, no hurdles, very little obstacles. And any obstacles that are laid in your path are there to strengthen you. And you really should have probably little to no trouble getting over them. So this is a really positive week for manifestation, for progress, for accomplishing your goals and paying attention to the progress that you are making in your own life. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is Earth. and you are being asked to ground yourself. There is a lot of movement and a lot of positive energy over this next week. And because of that, it can get really easy to get caught up in all of the excitement and just wanting to keep going, wanting to keep driving yourself forward. But it's really important that you stay grounded and that you stay focused, stay connected to the real world. Things have to happen one day at a time. You might need to slow down in order to catch up with the rest of the world, or to let the world catch up with you. Aries, your tarot card for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2021, is the King of Swords. So there is a stronger sense of either controlling your thoughts or controlling how you respond and react and behave based on your thoughts. So you aren't so much letting your mental self take control of you. You are balancing that energy out so that you can be better at making decisions and planning and facing the tasks and duties and obligations that you need to over this next week. There's a lot more self-control. There is a little risk of taking your feelings, your whole emotional self out of things. So try to maintain at least a thread of compassion. Now, the oracle card that comes along this week is the Gate reversed. And the reversed gate allows the gate to open up. The reversal of this card is a really positive one because it lifts the feeling of obstruction. You are more in control of your mind. You are able to see things more clearly because of that. And because you're seeing things more clearly, you're questioning things less. So if there are any doubts that have been blocking you from achieving your own goals, those are fading away this week and you're able to reach out and take what you want. And if there are any obstacles sitting in your path, getting in the way, making it hard to see the manifestation that you've been trying for, those are also either being cleared out of the way, or you are being provided with this clarity of mind enough to deal with them. Taurus, your tarot card for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2021, is Judgment. So this is a bit of an intense energy over this next week. It feels like things that you had left behind or laid to rest are starting to come back to life. You as a person are starting to feel like you are coming back to life. You're feeling more connected to the world around you, more willing to experience life as a whole. There is an intense feeling of rebirth with this card. Of feeling like what has been lost is being returned. So there might be an opportunity for a second chance for some of you Taurans out there. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Hand of Fate. And this can be a frustrating card because sometimes this means that you don't have a say over the way that things are developing. Things are moving you in the direction that is best for you. So as an advice card, this really asks you to just let things be and trust. It might be really easy, especially as it feels like things are coming back to life. You're waking up from a dream. You're questioning what's real and what's not, and what's coming and what's going and what's staying and what's worth an investment. So try your hardest over this next week to just let things be and let universe carry you to where you need to be. Gemini, your tarot card for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2021, is the Queen of Cups reversed. And this is a little bit of a frustrating reversal because it makes it harder for you to connect to your emotional self, to feel emotionally whole, emotionally complete. You're having a hard time addressing your feelings over this next week, most likely. It's either too much, or your feelings are a little bit stale, a little bit stagnant. Comfort has turned to complacency, and maybe there is a missing spark of passion right now. You could be even dealing with like emotional boredom and just feeling generally dissatisfied, and this dissatisfaction is making it hard to appreciate what is going right. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Mystic Circle. And this is a really positive energy. This just reaffirms your own abilities and tells you that this is a learning experience for you. Work through this. Work through this period of still feelings or the uncomfortable feelings, and work on reconnecting to your emotional self. You will come out of this whole ordeal stronger and more capable at dealing with similar situations in the future. Cancer, your tarot card for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2021, is the World. And this is the final major arcana card. So this is universe bringing everything together. This is all things coming to completion and wholeness, unity, connection. So you are more present in the world. You are a little bit more aware of your place within the world over this next week. There is more confidence and more of a feeling of belonging and knowing where you belong and how you belong. Almost like connecting to your deeper soul purpose. So this could be a very intense week for you, Cancer. The oracle card that comes along with this is Fire. And the advice that comes with the Fire card is to slow down. Make sure you are not rushing. Make sure you are not recklessly diving into anything that you are not absolutely certain about. This card warns against impulse and living by impulse only. So make sure that you are staying grounded and try not to make any rash decisions, especially where communication is concerned. Speak with compassion. Leo, your tarot card for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2021, is the Ten of Wands reversed. You're letting go of what no longer serves you. You are letting go of something that you have been carrying on your shoulders for probably too long, something that has made your back ache, made you feel like you are just bending over too far, obligations that are other people's responsibilities that you have been cleaning up after. You're letting it all go. You are dropping what no longer matters so that you can make space in your life for what does. So this is not an energy of giving up. This is an energy of letting go. And letting go is a deliberate choice and action, and definitely not the same thing as giving up or abandoning things. So the oracle card that comes along with this is Seduction reversed. And the reversal of seduction, it almost asks you to make sure that you're not getting swept away. Stay grounded. Make sure that this exciting new energy and this passion and this new sense of freedom doesn't just drive you in a direction away from your highest good. You are doing this release to serve your inner self, to serve your higher self. And if you were to just jump into something exciting and fun and surface level and stay there, that would keep you from manifesting yourself in that higher level, from growing. So just, if you need a temporary distraction, make sure it stays temporary. Virgo, your tarot card for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2021, is Temperance reversed. So there is a little frustration for you this week because your connection to your emotional and spiritual self is faint. It's not gone. It's never gone. But it's almost like you've turned the TV off, so you can't watch the channel. It's not coming through because your connection to it is just switched off for right now. You don't want to listen to your intuition this week. It could be that your intuition is telling you something that you don't want to hear. It could be that it's too confusing. But there is a good risk, Virgo, of shutting yourself down. And this could lead to further disconnections, not just from between your own self, but between you and other people. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Winds of Change. And the Winds of Change come in when universe knows that it's time to move. So you're being asked to go with the flow, to release any resistance and to just let yourself be taken to where you need to go. Let your environment shift and change. Let people leave your life. This makes room for more people who actually, they vibe with you. They mesh with you. They balance you out and help you grow into the person that you want to be, instead of making it harder for you to find out who that is. Libra, your tarot card for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2021, is the Six of Wands. So this is a very successful energy, and there is a feeling of victory, of coming home with all of the rewards that you left home to find. So you are really proud of yourself over this next week, and you deserve to be proud of yourself, Libra. You've made it. You have made it further than you probably thought you even could. So give yourself every credit in the world for the work that you have done and the rewards that you are receiving. You definitely have earned them. This is not just something that you go out and win by chance. This is something that you worked for. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Golem. And the Golem is a friendly, reinforcing energy. So this reminds you that it's okay to lean on the people in your life. Somebody is stepping up and being there for you, and you might not realize how much you need them until their presence is right there for you. So don't be afraid to let that person be present in your life. Yes, you are so successful. You are so capable. You've done it, and you did things that nobody else could, and that you never even thought you could. But we all need a little bit of extra support sometimes. Scorpio, your tarot card for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2021, is the Five of Swords. So this is a little bit of a conflicting energy for you over the next week. There is some confusion. There is a feeling of getting what you want, but at what cost? So Scorpio, if you have been pushing people away, you may be finding yourself a lot more successful in a material sense, or like career sense, or even a spiritual sense. But your emotional self is recognizing a little bit of hollowness. On the other side, if you have been, working really hard on developing your connections with other people, maybe your work life has taken a back burner, and the repercussions of that are starting to be made available to you. So over this next week, there is this sense of trying to be proud of yourself, but also being critical of yourself for where you aren't succeeding, or where you feel like you aren't succeeding. The oracle card that comes along with this is the Chimera. And the Chimera comes in to remind you that the swords represent the mind, and your mind can play tricks on you. Sometimes your imagination is your own worst enemy. The Chimera is about illusion, is about not seeing things clearly. So the advice of this card is to look at things a few times. Look past the surface, and if you need to, reach out to somebody else and get a second opinion. You are probably not crazy, but you might be making things worse than they seem. Sagittarius, your tarot card for the week of January 10th to 16th, 2021, is the Page of Pentacles reversed. This reversal creates frustration in the material world because you're having a hard time over this next week seeing your own growth, seeing your own development, and figuring out what you want to do. If you are seeing your development and your manifestation, there's almost this layer of panic at, okay, what do I do next? What do I do with what I've done? So there's a lot of confusion of trying to figure out your next steps and figure out how to make things work for yourself this week. So this is a good time to be reevaluating your schedule, your priorities, your values, but not necessarily for making any big decisions about these yet. The oracle card that comes along with this is the Sphinx reversed. And the Sphinx really, really asks you to be very careful about what you say and be careful what you wish for. So while you are looking at what is working and what isn't working, and while you are dealing with this confusion, try to not accidentally manifest more failure. Try not to say this isn't working, and try not to give up on yourself. Pay attention to, look a little deeper than just the surface. Pay attention to the good things. Pay attention to your values, to what you want down the line. And then instead of making it happen quite yet, because the Sphinx says you're not ready to make those demands yet, just do the planning. Work on figuring it out. But be willing to take it slow. At the end of my readings, I like to pull a card from my favorite manifestation, motivation, affirmation deck, the Super Attractor. So I have pulled one card for everyone who joins me for this part of the video, just to give us an idea of, what to carry within ourselves, what to focus on, how to direct our energy over the coming week. So the card that I have pulled says, true manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. True manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. So when I pull this card, I like to remind myself that a rising tide raises all ships. True manifesting, so getting what you want, what you need, what is best for you, aligning with your highest self, is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. So it's not about getting what is best for you at someone else's expense. This is not about standing on top of anybody else. It is about elevating everyone so that everyone can achieve their own highest good. Now, affirmations and motivators can be a little bit personal, so what this says to me and my interpretation of it might be a little bit different from what rings true to you. And if that is the case, I would love to know your interpretation in the comments down below. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the week ahead. I hope that the readings in this video have been resonant and that they can provide just a sort of helpful, relevant compass to offer guidance, insight, clarity, whatever it is that you need to help get you through the coming week. Please like the video if it sang to your soul, if it resonated with you, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the cards pulled for your sign, what you thought of the Super Attractor at the very end, what sort of things you'd like to see from me in the future. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I upload weekly and monthly forecasts to give us an idea of what's coming and how to deal with it. And there's going to be some new stuff coming over in the next little while. And I will make sure to leave a link to my Facebook page in the description down below if you follow me on Hedgewitch Hearthcraft on Facebook. I post a daily card over there just to give us an idea of how to move towards our own highest self. And that is the best way to get in touch with me if you ever want to book a reading of your own, or if you ever just want to get in touch and ask a question. Anyway, thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful week. Be good to yourself.